Alright. Oh, so I'm supposed to use... I'm not punching anything. He is. Or he's slashing. Right there, Ravinous. I got a spyglass here you can use to take a closer look at these pests. Once you got their measure, you can tell me what to do, and we'll see how well I get on. Alright. And click. That's one, right one, right? Yeah. I'm looking for his weak point. I always find the weak point to be the face. Or the tail. I mean, it's just sitting there. Oh, the jaw? Yeah, like I said, the face. Punch it! Punch it in the face! I guess I wasn't targeting just low enough, so. The Yabby's entire body looks protected by a hard carapace, but the underside of its head looks soft and vulnerable. Punch it! In the jaw! Oh, looks like you found a Yabby. They say smacking their shells like smacking a rock. Any suggestions? Punch it in the face! Just hit as hard as you can. Aim for the soft underside of the head. Vulnerable under the head, are they? Right then, wish me luck. Punch it! In the jaw! Urgh. I know you use a sword, but I punch things. Yeah, you did it! I'm glad it did the tune, because I would have done it badly. I wanted to do it. I was about to do it. Then I would have done it badly. Alright. Thanks, Ravinous. I did as you told me, and the wave kid went down like a sack of puppetos. Let's find something else. Alright, let's find the next thing. That Yabby wanted a piece of me, but whatever. I'm busy. It's raining now. Yeah. Alright. We do lightning sprite? Is that what we're fighting now? I think I can handle the Yabbies now. We should try something different. What else is out there? Oh, let's see. Look for other stuff like him. Learn more about the Phobad. Punch him in the eye. Bam. Hey, at least they're giving me the appropriate weak points, which I prefer. In the face. Punch him in the face. The Phobad's hands are large and powerful, but destroying its crystallized core should render the salt golem inanimate. You sense power pulsating from behind its brow. Phobad. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that name right. How do you defeat one of those? Punch it in the face! Really, really hard. As hard as you can. No. Destroy the core within the brow. Inside its head, is it? I'll stab right between the eyes then. I'd stab it in the eye myself. See? This is why all my weird, looks like a flat image just fell over. Anyway, see, this is why my solutions are punch it in the face. See, I'm 2 for 2 now. It's not easy fighting with the Liberator of Ala Mhigo watching your every move, but I got the job done. Thanks for the advice, Ravinous. I feel a lot better prepared for my patrols now. Anyway, we should head back to the saltery before Granddad starts to worry, and I've been snipped into I've been snipped into pieces and fed to Yabby's hatchlings. I feel we're so close to the end of the story, so I don't think I can really divide this up into 2 episodes. Oh, another 2. I think just the 1. Or maybe I'll just... Or if I'm wrong, then we'll just have a long episode. Bleh. Okay, we're back. Yep, put his mind at ease. For the merchants of Ul'dah, a well-constructed contract is both a sword and a shield. And one must understand this if we are to meet them on an even field. Speaking of battles, does Whiskar seem equal to the task of thinning Locke's monster population? He certainly seemed eager enough. I see you returned in one piece. Deal with those beasts then, did you? I fought them myself after a bit of instruction from Ravinous here like. Once I've shared what I learned with the others, we should have no trouble keeping the shoreline clear. Good lad. A fine young man you've become, Whiskar. A fine young man indeed. Too often of late, I hear tales of folk over in the city, drunk on victory and hungry for revenge. Their heads firmly stuck in the past. We need to set our sights on the future, on things which will improve our lot. Things like getting the saltery ready to welcome our long lost countrymen. All right. It'd be nice to have some resistance lads and lasses around to watch over us. No one wants to worry about being dragged in the lock when it's just trying to get an honest day's work done. Granddad and his friends are already hard at work. The rest of us could do no less, eh? Okay. Music, so maybe this will be the last quest? I mean, I'm enjoying doing this for you guys, but I know this episode's running long. It seems Whiskar has the saltery well in hand. In the meantime, I have discussed the next steps with Master Watt and completed my inspection of the site. With a little work, the vacant buildings could be made into very presentable dwellings. Message from General Adelaide. Apologies for the interruption, sir, but the General would speak with you at your earliest convenience. Okay. Do not feel obligated to wait around on my account. I will be here to hammer out the finer details with Watt and act as an intermediary with our business partners in Ul'dah. You should go. General Adelaide asked that you wait for him by the main gate in the Ala Mhigan quarter. My apologies again, sir. Fare you well. Alright. Everybody wants me everywhere. I wonder if he's going to ask me for advice about what he should do. As a pray, leave the administrative task to me. General Adelaide will be waiting. Okay. Well. That Alphinaud's a bright lad, isn't he? I told him we need to repair the place, and he tallied up the total cost on the spot. And it weren't a small number either. I'll ask Commander Hexus, assign a squad to patrol the saltery's harvesting and fishing spots. And I'll be sure to tell them what you told me. Alright. Back to the Ala Mhigan quarter. Which is funny, because I guess they should change the name of it, because it's not segregating the Ala Mhigans now that the Ala Mhigans have everything. Just saying. I've never been a fan of segregation anyway. It always feels weird to me. I've been in places that have felt segregated, and it just rubbed me the wrong way. I mean, some people like to be with their I don't know. I mean, there is camaraderie in there, but I don't know. Alright. Ooh, pretty.
Apologies for the wait. People are screaming for the butcher's blood again. No sooner have we broken up one mob than another forms. Thankfully, all have been amenable to reason, thus far. But it is no concern of yours. We must speak of the men Arenvald and his comrades apprehended in the peaks.
By their uniforms, the captives were first judged to be Imperial troops. But after further investigation, their true identities came to light. I dare say you remember Yuyuhasi and Laurentius, the fugitives who conspired with Captain Ilberd in the Crystal Brave's betrayal.
Oh, yeah.
Aye, well, it would seem they followed him all the way to the wall. It was they who orchestrated the slaughter of the resistance fighters prior to the Griffin's infernal ritual.
Were it in your hands, how would you punish these men?
Okay. No, we could probably put them to better use if they don't die. So we'll not kill them.
You would spare these animals? Yours is a more merciful brand of justice than mine. In any event, I thank you for your honesty. When the time comes for the Alliance to pass judgment, I'll see that your opinion is heard. Well, that concludes our business here. But there is more I would say. Walk with me.
See, I'm one of those to put criminals to use. Is my thought.
I bear a share of the blame for Ilberd's atrocities. Had I openly supported the cause of Ala Mhigan liberation, he might not have felt driven to do what he did. Things could have been different, and I'm sorry they aren't.
Hindsight. You couldn't have done.
But even after all that has happened, my homeland is free. With the Scions and the Alliance at their side, my countrymen have reclaimed what many thought lost forever. Under her new leadership, I have every confidence that Ala Mhigo will emerge from the shadow of the Empire and rise once more to greatness. Which means my work here is done. Soon I will return to Ul'dah and take my place at the Sultana's side.
You seem happy about it.
I'll not deny there's a part of me that wants to stay. The same part that contemplated renouncing my rank and joining you as a wandering sellsword.
Oh,
But I pledged my blade to Nanamal, and I will not betray that oath.
see?
Is this truly what you want, Father?
It is. Ever has my sword been hers to command, and ever shall it remain. Thank you for lending an ear. When all the rest are clamoring for me to stay, I trust you'll send me on my way.
Yeah, I knew that that oath is what was going to sway his decision. Alright. What's Ardenwald doing here? I just on my way to the soldiery. It's lucky I saw you. Ardenwald seems flustered. Something is amiss. It took longer than I intended, but at least you know where I stand. Now that that's settled, Ardenwald, what news? We may have a problem, sir. A group of Ananta has arrived at the main gates, and I don't mean Navira. These are, Kalyana, the ones that summoned the Primal. They're insisting they be allowed to attend the council. Lise is trying to reason with them, but she may need help. An invitation was extended to all the native beast tribes. We assumed that Kalyana would refuse it out of hand. We best go and see for ourselves. Pippin, take command of our forces and be ready for battle. Ravinous, you've dealt with these Kalyana before. I'll have you at my side. If they want a seat at the council, I actually think that's okay. I mean, like they said, they only didn't send the invite because they assumed that they would say no. I mean, I would actually be all for it, so long as they are not trying to take too much control. I would give them a fair amount, because I know their circumstances for summoning the Primal. So, let's head over here. I should have divided this episode up. Maybe. Actually, yeah, at this point. Oh, well. Not like I planned these out, so. Ravinous, Raban. God, it's good to see you. The Slayer has come. We have not forgotten how you sinned against the Lady of Bliss, but we did not come here to shed blood. You claim to seek harmony with all who call Garabanya home. If this is truly what you wish, you will welcome us as envoys of the Ananta. It is our wish, and you are welcome. We cannot condone the summoning of primals. If you want to enter the palace, you must understand that you must first surrender any crystal jewelry. You have my word that it will be returned to you when the meeting is over. We will do as you ask, but you will not have our weapons. We are not so foolish as to place ourselves entirely at the mercy of our tormentors. I reckon that's the closest we're going to get to a compromise, and we will have people standing guard. Aye, let them keep their swords. Then we have an agreement. Lead the way to your meeting chamber. Okay. So far, so good. Why do I have a feeling you welcomed a viper into our midst? Just because that's racist. Don't be racist. Just because they're snake people. Alright. Turning the Kalyana away would have made a mockery of Lisa's promise to give everyone a say. We could not let them in. Alright. Make sure Featherfoot's out of the way. Thank you. Alright. The Kalyana Elder's intentions seem at odds with all we know of her tribe. What think you, Ravinous? Yeah, maybe they can learn to compromise. I mean, they didn't act like enthralled usually do. So, maybe they can learn to compromise. You believe an understanding can be reached? It's not entirely unheard of, I suppose. Those who followed Saint Shiva eventually sought reconciliation with Ishgard. Whatever the truth, I would take no chances. The guard must be strengthened, ideally with people who know a thing or two about primals. Can we rely on the Scions? Of course. I'll round up our comrades. Send them to the Ala Mhigan quarter. You can go on ahead if you like, Ravinous. My thanks. I'll see you in the palace. Alright. But yeah, I mean, it's not unheard of. There's really the enthralling makes it so they are, unquestioned believers in that primal, and that they want to resummon them so that way the primal can take action. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be bad guys about it. So, I mean, sure, they'll try to summon again later, but that part we've dealt with. I don't think they'll go for an all-out attack on us because that won't really summon their primal. So I think in that aspect we're safe. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt here. Ravinous, I brought reinforcements. Arnvald told me of the arrival of our unexpected guests, and I agree that it would be prudent to call upon Yshtola and Thancred as well. One can never be too careful when dealing with the enthralled. I am not familiar with the Canalta tribe myself, but Alice's report suggested that they shunned contact with other races. Despised it, in fact, even compared to other Ananta. Indeed, this apparent reversal in attitude is most curious. No one expected a response to our invitation, much less an envoy, and I imagine Lys was forced to make some rather hasty arrangements to accommodate them. Speaking of which, how should we deploy ourselves? If the meeting is to be held in the throne room, twould seem wise we have eyes both inside and outside the palace. Yshtola and I can guard without. That leaves the three of you to keep watch over the proceedings in the throne room itself. Understood. We should join General Adelaine inside then. And hopefully the other Ananta tribe are there too to help us out. Because they are actually positive they're on our side. So, Ravinous, do you know of the rear entrance to the palace? It's on the eastern edge of the city at the top of the stairs. The guard there should have been instructed to let you pass. So I'm taking the back door in. Got it. Back door, back door. And right here. Man, they're fast. Alright. Leave external security to us, Ravinous. I scouted around the palace quite extensively while searching for Kryl, so I know the lay of the land. As fortune would have it, I was visiting Rhalgr's Reach to look in on Alice. She sends her regards. Out of the way for the foot. If we could somehow come to an understanding with Kiliana, it would represent a great step toward resolving the primal dilemma in Ala Mhigo. I would only hope that they are sincere in their intentions. The rear entrance of the palace is just up these steps. The guard should wave us through. Blah, blah, blah. You are with the Scion, sir. General Adelaine left orders that you were to be escorted inside. If you'll follow me. Yes, go inside. Okay. Okay, we do have both tribes here. Good.
Thank you all for coming. I am Lys Hext, and I speak for the Resistance. Among you are village elders, refugee leaders, envoys from the Ananta and the Kikern. You've come from every corner of Girabania to help decide the future of Ala Mhigo. But before that, I want to ask you a question. What was the first thing you noticed when you came in? For me, it was that empty throne. It has no one to sit on it now. No viceroy, no king. Would any of you like to take their place? Or should someone else sit there? Then let's sit here in a circle, as equals, and I hope, as friends.
That was a pretty good opening sequence for the negotiations.
Expertly done. Lys has removed monarchy as a choice early in the game and positioned them to consider a joint government. All things considered, I would say events have got off to a fine start.
Yeah.
And that is Alagana's stance on the matter.
Thank you, Ragenford. Another vote in favor. Next, let's hear from Shanti of the Kalyan.
Oh,
Tell us, how do your people feel about the idea of a republic?
here we go.
The Ananta wish only that those who dwell within Gir Abania devote themselves to our faith.
Uh-oh.
You shall all worship Sri Lakshmi! Lady of bliss, grace us once more with your beauteous visage!
We took their crystals away.